Hello learners, today we are going to learn about food. Food is essential for our existence. Food is as important as oxygen for life. So, we will continue to learn about food, what is the food composition, that is nutrients, and then we will also learn the different kinds of nutrients, their functions, sources, and if you eat the right kind of nutrients, then you will be healthy. If you do not eat right kind of nutrients, then you will be malnourished and different kinds of deficiency diseases can occur. Food is eaten in different cuisines all over the world, and in India even after 200 kilometers we can find a different recipe altogether that may contain the similar kind of food, but the recipe is different because their taste is different, their culture is different. So, that indicates the food has to be socially acceptable, it belongs to a socio-cultural medium. So, that is a psychological impact of the food. So, this is just a beginning about the food. I am Dr. Anjana Agarwal talking for the food and its nutrient. This is a lesson number 2 in home science for secondary learners. Now, objective of this lesson are the importance of food, functions of food, nutrient, importance of each nutrient. Then we will also learn about the malnutrition and deficiency diseases. Most of us start our day with a cup of tea. Food is any edible substance that we eat or drink to nourish the body. Food should be socially acceptable and psychologically satisfying. Food is obtained from plant origin and animal origin. Now, you can see the two colors squares. If indicates the green color, that means the food is obtained from the plant origin. It is indicated as brown color, then it is said that it is obtained from animal foods. Now, in plant foods are cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetable, sugar, vegetable oils, and from animal sources we normally consume milk and milk products, fish, seafoods, egg, meat, etc. Now, we will understand what are the functions of food. Food is essential for survival and maintenance of life. It is necessary for growth and development, satisfy hunger and other things. Now, we will learn more functions of the food. Food provides energy. In this picture, you can see the food which you normally eat during breakfast, and there are various activities you perform during the day from playing to sleeping, and your body do various vital body functions, and food is also necessary for breathing, eating, etc. Food supports growth and body building. You must have heard that food is necessary for strength and body building, and it is necessary for your running and for growth and development. In this picture you can see from the childhood to the man, the food is necessary. Food regulates our body processes. What it does? Brain need constant supply 24 hours a day, and from where it comes? It comes from the food, and from the brain regulates all the processes like heartbeat, digestion, which you may not realize also, but food regulates your body processes. Food provides protection against disease. Now, we will talk about the nutrients. Nutrients are the vital component of the food. Nutrients are the chemical compounds which are invisible in the food and used for variety of purposes to keep the body healthy and disease free. There are foods which contain less number of nutrients in low amount, and some foods contain large amount of nutrients, but nutrients are not synthesized in the body and needs to be obtained from the food. Now, we will learn different kinds of nutrients. There are mainly 6 nutrients: carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals and water. We will learn one by one their functions and food sources. Let us see the carbohydrate. Before that, we will learn the nutrition. Today's nutrition word is buzzword, but let me explain you what is nutrition. Nutrition is not a food. Nutrition is the process of utilization of the food in the body to be healthy and disease free. Nutrition is the process of ingestion of food, that means eating the food, then digestion of food, then absorption of food and then utilization of food. So, again I will explain here, nutrition is the utilization of food in the body for health and well-being. It starts from the process of ingestion of food, digestion of food, absorption of food and utilization of food. For proper nutrition, you need the nutrients which are 6, and all the nutrients are present in food: cereals which are popularly known as grains, pulses, milk, meat, egg, fish, fruits and vegetable, fats and sugar. Different nutrients are present in different foods in varying quantities. Let us learn about the carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are the main source of energy. 1 gram of carbohydrate gives 4 kilocalories. I am just using the word kilocalorie, but mind it, for nutrition purpose it is the calorie and written as small k CAL. So, do not get confused with the kilocalorie, it is spoken as calorie. It adds bulk to the diet, provides satisfaction after meal. It helps to make the food tasty because most of the time it is sweet in nature, and it spares the protein for its own function. We will learn about the types of carbohydrate. This is very important to learn to be healthy. There are 2 types of carbohydrate, one is sugar and one is starch or the complex carbohydrate which includes the fiber. Sugar is easily digested, it is a very quick source of energy, but in excess it is bad for health. You must have experienced drinking a cup of tea with good amount of sugar in it, you get instant energy, but if you continue to eat lot of sugar in a daily life, that you may be at risk for the diseases. The sources are sugar, plain, which is added different types of food like sweets, jam, etc. Now, we will focus on the starch or the complex carbohydrate which includes fiber also. It is slow to digest, hence it releases the energy steadily or slowly. So, you can maintain the energy throughout the day by eating the complex carbohydrate. It contains the fiber. Fiber is the one which is a healthy option and it is necessary for easy bowel movement, necessary to prevent the heart diseases and necessary for providing the bulk. As you have just now learnt that carbohydrate gives the bulk to the diet. The carbohydrate sources are rice, potato, bread, cereals, etc. Proteins are present in each and every cell of which our body is made up of. All the living bodies are having the protein in the nucleus of each cell and on which we survive. Proteins are the one which not only gives the strength to the body, but it gives the structure to the body. All the body cells, tissues, organs, muscles, skeleton are made up of protein. Proteins are necessary for the growth and development in different age groups, repair of old cells, that is called maintenance, production of enzymes, hormones, antibodies and many other important compounds in the body, As I just told you, protein also provides energy. 1 gram of protein gives you 4 calories, and it also helps in wound healing. Now, let us see what are the sources of protein. Protein can be obtained from animal sources as well as plant sources. In the picture on left side, you can see the milk which is obtained from the animal, and you can also see the egg and the poultry. So, these are the animal source of protein, but certain proteins are also available from the plant sources like cereals, pulses, nuts, groundnut, soybean and some vegetables. Protein are composed of very small units called amino acids. When we are talking about the animal protein and plant protein, there is a slight difference. Animal protein contain essential amino acids. When we are talking about the plant protein, different types of plant protein contains different types of amino acids. Now, we will talk about the plant protein again. Why I am talking again? Because if one plant protein contains few types of essential amino acid, but missing one or more types of essential amino acids, but another plant protein contains other type of essential amino acids. That is why if we mix two types of plant proteins, then we will be able to get more amount of good quality plant protein. Our Indian diet is very interesting, provides the good quality of protein. How? The cereals contain some amount of protein, but lack some essential amino acids. Pulses contain good amount of protein, but lack the amino acid which are more in cereals. So, if we consume cereals along with the pulses, then only we will be able to receive the good quality protein which is necessary for our health. If we consume only the rice, then we will lack some amount of protein. But rice quality of protein is very good. You need to eat the rice along with some kind of protein. It may be the milk, it may be the curd, it may be the paneer, or it may be the pulse. So, Indian diet consists of either dal roti or the dal or chawal. Now, we will see about the fat. Fat is the word, is a buzzword nowadays, because we have understood eating that too much of fat makes us sick and more obese, because it gives more amount of calories. Here also you can see in red color 1 gram of fat gives you 9 calories, which is more than double the amount of carbohydrate. So, if you have only 1 teaspoon of fat or oil or ghee, that will give you approximately 45 calories. Let us see what are the functions. So, I will tell you, it is not necessary that you leave the fat altogether from your diet. Fat includes both fats and vegetable oils. Fat, it is a rich source of energy, as I told you, 9 calories per gram. It keeps the body warm. It utilizes the fat soluble vitamins, provide cushion to certain vital organs like liver, heart, skeleton. It helps in growth of tissues. Let us see what are the sources of fat. It also comes from the animal sources and plant sources. From animal sources get ghee, butter, poultry, fish, egg, and food sources also contain the fat, invisible fat. Plant sources includes fried foods are quite rich in fat. Now, we will talk about the vitamins. I will explain you one important thing before we move forward. You have learned about the carbohydrate, you have learned about the protein, you have learned about the fat, and you have also learned that all three nutrients are giving the energy. I just want to tell you here that vitamins and minerals do not provide energy by themselves, because many people have that if you eat the vitamins and minerals you will get the energy. Practically it is not so, but if you do not eat the vitamins and minerals, then you will not be able to receive the energy from the carbohydrate, protein and the fat. Vitamins are essential for regulating all the body function. They themselves do not provide energy, but helps in releasing the energy from carbohydrates, protein and fat. Though they are required in small quantity, but if not available in sufficient quantity, they can cause many deficiency diseases. Now, there are different types of vitamins. Largely, there are two types, and they can be categorized on the basis of solubility, fat soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins. There are four types of vitamin: vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. Water soluble vitamins are vitamin B complex, which includes 8 vitamins, and vitamin C. Now, we will learn more about each of the vitamin. First, vitamin A. Most of us know about that vitamin A is necessary for the eye. It is also necessary for the healthy skin. If skin is broken, then you will be at high risk of the infection. That is how it provides the resistance to the disease, and it is needed for the growth and development. You can obtain the vitamin A directly from the animals' food sources like egg and milk, but if you need to have the vitamin A, that is available in the form of carotenoids, which is converted into vitamin A inside the body, and carotenoids are largely available in bright color fruits and vegetables, as you can see in the picture, and green leafy vegetables like spinach, methi, etc. So, you must eat the lots of colorful vegetables to get the vitamin A. Now, we will talk about the vitamin D. Functions of the vitamin D, as most of us know, it is necessary for the strong bones and teeth. It is also necessary for the absorption and utilization of calcium and phosphorus. But if vitamin D and calcium both are included in our diet, then only our bones will get more strong. It also supports the muscle functions and necessary for the immunity. Now, we will learn about the vitamin E. It is important because it is present in some amount in the cell membrane. That is how it protects the cell membrane and the cell, but it has to be eaten from the outside and available in our nuts and sunflower. They are rich source of vitamin E, and vitamin E acts as an antioxidant, the vitamin K. Most of us know that vitamin K is necessary for clotting of the blood, but nowadays with research it has been seen that it also supports the bone health, and it can be synthesized in the large intestine or colon, but in a small amount, but it has to be eaten from the source. Now, we will talk about the water soluble vitamins, that is vitamin B complex, that helps in the body to use the energy, as I told you just now. They are available in the food in large amount, in varying amount, but you keep on washing the food, that will be washed out in the water itself. Now, let us see, vitamin B complex is also helpful in digestive system and growth and functioning of the nervous system. Now, we will see about from where we will get the vitamin B complex. As you can see the variety of food here, lot of color is there and some amount of vitamin B complex is also available in the grains in your roti. We will talk about the vitamin C now. Vitamin C word is very popular. It helps in making our body more strong. It helps in making our body more resistant to disease. Let us see from where we can get it. It is available in larger amount. You can see from the left sources: orange, amla, lemon, guava, mint, cabbage and capsicum, which many people do not know about it, are quite rich sources of vitamin C. And vitamin C is synthesized during germination in cereals and pulses also. And vitamin C is also necessary to use the iron and formation of hemoglobin and making our teeth and bones more strong, because it is a necessary for the formation of substance that holds the cells together. Minerals. Minerals are present in our body tissues and cells. They are present in earth, rock, sea, soil, and from there it reaches to the food that we eat. They occur in the food as salts. Some of the important minerals are calcium, phosphorus, iron, iodine, and they are needed in a small amount for normal functioning of the body. Let us see some of the important minerals. First is calcium. Calcium is necessary for our body, and it is the largest amount of mineral present in the body, and that presence is in the bones. So, it is necessary for growth of our body, strength to give the bones, muscular contraction, blood clotting, and also the functioning of the nerves. We will get the calcium from the milk and milk product, green leafy vegetables, and you will see here the small grains of brown color, that is called ragi. Ragi is the one cereal that contains enough amount of calcium as compared to the other cereals. For better utilization of calcium, vitamin D is also needed, which you have learned. Now, calcium and phosphorus are equally important, and both of them are necessary for building the bones, and both are required in equal amount, and if excess of phosphorus is eaten, that will deplete the calcium present in our body. Deficiency of calcium can cause the rickets in the children. Here you can see the picture of that rickets. Osteoporosis, I have shown here the two pictures of the normal bone and the osteoporotic bone. That means the bone becomes porous and they are highly at risk of fracture, that and it can bend your back also. You can see the lady here with the bended back. Another mineral is iron. Iron is very crucial mineral which makes our blood red and make us active in life. If iron is not present in our food, then you can think of how you will look and how you will act. It is important for the formation of a compound called hemoglobin, and due to which our blood is red, and that is helps in the transport of oxygen to the each cell of the body, and it can be obtained from the pulses, green leafy vegetables, eggs and the meat. Deficiency of iron can cause anemia. The pregnancy demands extra iron for the healthy development of the fetus or the growth of the fetus, then also you require the iron. Young girls need extra iron because of the loss of blood during menstruation. If there is a loss of blood during any injury, then the deficiency of iron can also be caused. Here I am just showing how iron absorption is important. If you eat the iron along with a cup of tea, then your iron is a waste. It will not be absorbed by your body. If you eat the iron with the vitamin C rich source, then it will be absorbed in your body. Iodine is necessary for growth of our body and functioning of our brain. It is available in the seafood and sea salts. And now salt is fortified with the iodine. You get the iodized salt to get the iodine. Without water, you cannot survive more than few days. And water we drink is not only the water, but it is a giving the life to our body through our body fluids. More than 50% of our body is made up of water, and that is how water is so necessary. Let us see how it functions in our body. Water is vital to life. It is present in all the cells of the body. It protects the internal organs. It helps in digestion, absorption and transportation of nutrients in the body. It helps in excretion of the waste material and maintain the body temperature. It is also available in the food itself. Fresh fruit and vegetables contain more amount of water, and cereals and pulses contain less amount of water. So, more thing you drink and more water. In summers, you drink variety of drinks, variety of beverages that provide you more amount of water. We have understood what are the functions of 6 main nutrients which are present in different foods. But globally, though we are eating food on a daily basis, but we still do not eat enough amount of nutrients which are required by our body. Malnutrition is a lack of proper nutrition resulting in poor health outcomes. It is mainly due to not eating proper food to get adequate nutrients on regular basis. It includes both undernutrition, which is due to deficient intake, and overnutrition, which is due to excess intake. Now, we will discuss in this lecture the deficiency diseases. Protein energy malnutrition, which is popularly known as PEM, or type of disease which is Kwashiorkor and marasmus. Iron deficiency anemia, iodine deficiency disorder, vitamin A deficiency, vitamin B complex deficiency, and vitamin C deficiency. Briefly, we will learn one by one. First, we will learn about the protein calorie malnutrition. As I told you, Kwashiorkor and marasmus are two major types of PEM. In Kwashiorkor, there is a severe protein deficiency which is common in children, particularly the children of younger age, less than 5 years. These children eat the food, but that is mainly from the starch, hence they lack the vitamins and minerals and protein. The specific symptoms are edema on feet and face and the pot belly. And marasmus, there is a severe deficiency of both energy and protein. Food intake is seriously low and the child is unable to eat, even to react to any kind of stimuli. It can be observed through rib cage and frequent infection, and there is no edema. In the next slide, we will see the pictures of both kind of child. Here is the child which is pot belly and swelling on the face. In another picture, you can see the rib cage. You can see the child is not able to react anymore. Next, we will now learn about the B complex deficiency and vitamin C deficiency. Vitamin C, when we are not eating enough amount of green leafy vegetables or citrus fruits and heating them for longer period of time, that means vitamin C is lost. It results in scurvy or delay in recovery from the disease. In case of vitamin B complex, it is caused by low intake of fruits and vegetables, or there is a loss of vitamins during food processing, and it can cause the weakness and poor digestion. Now, we will talk about the vitamin A deficiency, which is also very common in the world. Lots of organizations are working for the vitamin A deficiency because it is giving the blindness to the children. It is common in children due to the delayed use of complementary feeding after 6 months of the birth. There is a poor intake of colorful food, vitamin A rich food. Symptoms are night blindness, that means the person is not able to see even after long time when it enters in any dark place. The growth failure is one of the common feature, and the poor immunity. It can be prevented by increased intake of vitamin A food. Now, we will talk about the iodine deficiency disorder. It is essential for proper functioning of the body, as we have learned. If it is not there in the diet, it can cause goiter. You can see the picture of the goiter, that is the throat area is protruded. Cretinism, that means the person is very short in stature and that is mentally retarded, deaf and mute and stunted growth. And you can use the iodized salt, detect the goiter and IDD in time, and health education plays an important role in prevention of such deficiency diseases. Now, we will learn about the iron deficiency anemia. You have learned about the iron and its function. Again, I am repeating it. It is a component of hemoglobin which carry the oxygen throughout the body. Iron deficiency reduces the oxygen supply to the cells of the body and makes you tired and sick. It is caused by low dietary intake of iron rich food, poor absorption of iron in the body, loss of blood from the body and hookworm infestation. Now, you can see the picture here. One hand is pink, that means the person is healthy. In another, it is pale, that is a typical symptom of anemia. Now, this is all about you have to be healthy, keep eating the food. Thank you so much.